Pivot Bio Skycam bringing us back inside the Thomas and Mack Center, ready for barrel racing, and Janie Johnson will also join us now for our coverage.
Well, right now we're all chasing Haley Kinsel, #1 in the world, 3-time and reigning world champion. She's at the very top of the ground, first out, and Haley has actually never won the first round at the Thomas and Mack. Her and sister headed to that first barrel, and they get around it perfectly. Headed that second, and it is a close trip to get to that second barrel. And we're headed to the third. I think this is going to be another fast one for Haley Kinsel. They are very comfortable in the Thomas and Mack.
Boy, are they ever. 1378.
Wow.
That is how you kick off round 1 of the national finals right there. That's amazing. 1378 takes the lead. Let's get on to Jordan Briggs. And she knows the way to the Thomas and Mack Center. Her mom, Christy Peterson, and Bozo, they are 4-time world champions.
The first time for Jordan to run into this little yellow arena since 2009. This is the AQHA Barrel Horse of the Year, Rolo. They get around the first, around second, make it a nice clean run. You can tell Jordan's kind of safetying up, just trying to make a nice clean run for round #1.
Trying to keep it in the 13s, and she does. 1389, that's second best out of 2 so far. Here comes Shelly Morgan. She comes in #3 in the world. 3rd time she's been at the national finals.
And this is such a nice mare that she calls Kiss. Acts so nice going up that alleyway. Shelly even said she does not worry about this first barrel, even though it is close. It's a blind alley, and you can see why she doesn't worry about it. Nails her first barrel. Great second, headed to third. We're seeing some nice clean runs tonight. Shelly Morgan makes a beautiful run right there. All clean barrels.
Yeah, and I like the style of that horse, Janie. She kind of leads with her neck. It's different, but it's great.
She's so consistent.
Yeah.
Shelly Morgan definitely going to be a contender in that average right there. And guys, I think you can expect these runs to just consistently get faster and faster as this week goes along. This is a tough arena setup. These horses are learning. They've had the opportunity to practice in the last couple days, but it's a totally different experience when you have 17,000 fans in here.
You know, Donna K. Rule's been waiting 2 years for a chance to get back and make a run at the National Finals Rodeo. Qualified last December, but a positive COVID test cost her 10 days at the NFR. I know she's a sentimental favorite with all the ladies out there that really love barrel racing.
Everybody in this arena is cheering for Donna Kane Valor. Oh, and they just catch that first barrel on the back side and catch the back of the second as well. Donna's going to come back strong. She's won a round here in the Thomas and Mack before.
Yeah, look at the time.
So fast. That horse is deceivingly fast. You can see right there she makes it around it. It looked like he tipped it with his nose almost there on that first barrel.
He did, and then I think the second barrel, she just kind of quit kicking.
Right, once you hit the first one,
yeah.
It's so hard to keep that momentum going.
Jessica Rotier comes in #5 in the world standings, her 3rd trip to the national finals.
Now this is a horse with a lot of heart. This is Missy, and Jessica has called this horse so tough and gritty, and she's riding really aggressively to get her up into that second barrel. She makes it around third. Beautiful, perfect run from Jessica Rotier. Horse maybe doesn't run home super fast right there, a little hesitant going back into that alleyway.
14:48 the time for her. Haley Kinsel, the 3-time world champion, first out, still has the lead, 1378. Here comes Cheyenne Wimberly. Her first NFR was in 1997. She went in 97 and 98, and then didn't come back again until 2019. She's made 3 in a row now.
Cheyenne Wimberly is a true veteran and incredible horsewoman. Tonight she's riding Rocco, also known VQ Sucker Punch, right here, and she is making a nice run. You can see how talented of a jockey Cheyenne is, having to work for every inch to make it around all 3 barrels. This could be fast.
1377, and by 1/100th of a second, she moves to the lead in the round. Nice start right there for Cheyenne.
Cheyenne putting so much energy. Look at how tight she was on the front end. She even kind of checks down to make sure she doesn't catch the barrel on the backside. Such a hand, such a cowgirl.
Oh, we've seen Bobby Welsh here a bunch in the bull riding. How about his sister now, Amanda?
Man, excited to see Amanda and Firefly. They were very close on both the first and second barrel right there. Asking for the extra step around third. Nice run for Amanda Welsh.
Watching the clock, 1377. timed in 1/100ths of a second, and we're still tied. 2 at the top at 13:77.
Talk about starting your first trip at the Thomas and Mack off with an incredible run right there.
Now here's a cowgirl that could change that leaderboard, though. Here comes Nellie Miller, 2017 world champion. We saw her on the bubble battling at Salinas. She won that and jumped all the way up to number 8 in the world standings.
Nellie Miller and sister, they make the same run every time. Oh, and they catch the back of that first barrel. You do not see that very often from this team. Just kind of cruising sister the rest of the way around, but that first barrel, that's heartbreaking for Nellie.
14:01 comes 19:01.
It's so easy for these horses to anticipate that first barrel when they can't see it come around the backside a little bit too tight for Nellie, and that's tough right there.
Now to Brittany Posey-Tanazi, world champion in 07, 09. She was the reserve world champion last year. Comes in here number 9 in the world standings.
Now Brittany Posey has an arsenal of horses to try to choose from. She has trained and raised many of these horses. Birdie has kind of been her main mount throughout the entire year, but if anybody knows how to handle this setup in Thomas and Mack, it is Brittany Posey-Tanazi. Making a great run, head around the third. She's asking for that extra speed running home. Nice run.
13:96. That puts her in 5th place at the moment. She's getting a check. Our Pivot Bio Skycam will help out on our replay here.
It's a great shot. You can see how they kind of have to go a little bit up over their horse to get by that second barrel. Birdie is such a turner, and nice run there for Brittany.
Emily Miller Bisol next to go, comes in 10th in the world standings. Got her cool horse Chongo.
And this team just took the Thomas and Mack by storm the last time they were here. She won the first round back in 2019, and they might be going for it again right now. We're clean at 1 and 2. Emily does her leg lift to keep that second barrel up. This could be fast for Emily and Chongo.
Keeps it in the 13s, 13:81. That's going to be 4th best right now. Still have 2 on top, Amanda Welsh, Cheyenne Wimberly at 13:77.
Emily Miller right there just is such a jockey as she goes around the back of these barrels. Chongo is very comfortable in this arena as well. Stevie Hillman gets ready to go. She's on a different horse this year, guys.
Comes in number 11 in the world.
This is Lemon Drop. This is a new horse that she showed the world of barrel racing this recent season. Goes a little by that first barrel, and that's going to cost her some time right there. The horse is young. It's fresh out of the futurity world. Can win a lot, and I think this horse is going to get more and more confident in this arena as we get more rounds.
Yeah, with all those mistakes, still at 13.95, Janie.
That's fast.
It's only going to get better, isn't it?
That's going to be interesting. All right, let's bring in Steve Kenyon.
Guys, how happy does Ivy Sabins have to be right now, having J-Lo back? Remember, she almost lost this horse last year, a fluid in the lungs issue. But the last time Ivy and J-Lo ran down the alley at the Thomas and Mack, she placed in 8 out of 10 rounds here in 2019, dominated the rodeo, won the average.
The thing about Ivy Sabins is she's incredibly smart. She really tries to stay consistent. Almost knocked that first barrel. You don't see that very often from this team. She made it around it. Looks like
that's tight.
That is way closer than Ivy and J-Lo want to be, but they made it.
Yeah, that's 2 kisses and a 13.97. They stay up. Wimberly and Welsh still have the lead at 77. Touch them all.
Yeah, well, you can touch them, you just can't knock them over. Wow, nice run for Ivy and J-Lo.
Here comes Wenda Johnson, Pawhuska, Oklahoma, 2nd straight trip to the national finals.
I think we're going to see Wenda and this great horse Mack have a nice run here at Thomas and Mack. Jordan Briggs even told us that she has the fastest horses in the pack, and that first barrel goes down just barely on the backside, hits the second. You lose so much momentum when you knock one down. This is such a fast horse. I bet they come back stronger. They're going to have to work on a few things to keep those barrels up, though.
13.87, that becomes a 23.87. Pivot Bio Skycam view.
It's so hard to catch your timing in this small arena. You can blink and you're already at that second barrel. It takes some adjustments, but luckily there's 10 rounds.
Well, tip your hat to consistency right here in terms of Lisa Lockhart. 15 straight trips to the National Finals Rodeo.
The queen of consistency, a 2-time average champion, This is her horse Cutter. It's his first time to run here at the Thomas and Mack. She won the Ram National Circuit Finals on this horse a couple years ago. Gonna have a clean run, a little slip on the back a second, but a nice run for Lisa.
Yeah, she's only won 1.2 million at the National Finals Rodeo in those 14 previous years. Pretty incredible.
You can tell it got a little bit louder in this arena whenever Lisa ran down that alleyway. She is so loved by the fans. No matter what horse she is on, she is an incredible barrel racer, and the fans love her. This horse is going to really step it up as the rounds go on.
Yeah, Life After Louis has been flying for her now to Maliato, the last cowgirl to go. 15th in the world.
Now, guys, this horse is only 5 years old, fresh off the first, and she kind of takes a step by that first. Going to have to figure out that timing to get the first barrel lined up for the second, but she's a clean run. Very first time for Maliato and Chewy to run in the Thomas and Mack, and they have a nice run.
14:21 as we wrap up the barrel racing. And as we kind of mentioned, it's been a night of co-champions, and we have that again in the barrel racing. Cheyenne Wimberly and Amanda Welsh both with 1377 in our coverage of the National Finals Rodeo. Brought to you in part by Gold Buckle Beer, the official beer of Pro Rodeo.